getting ready. I am sitting here preparing to go live soon. So just going through and going to upload my presentation. So let's see if it can upload my presentation from my website. And we'll be doing that today. Absolutely, we'll be doing this today. So looking forward to teaching this and getting ready. So I'm just, going through, making sure everything's set up and ready, doing my mic checks ahead of time, uploading my material so that we can do this presentation live. And this is, your personal brand for hire. So getting ready for this live stream on Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, and LinkedIn. And looking forward to doing that this morning. So everything's uploading. Spend some time really looking at jobs out here and careers out here and looking at some of the skill sets that's necessary for people to land some of these jobs. So in about 6 minutes or so, you all can participate in the mega event space, get a chance to get to know others, whether it's jobs, whether it's applicants, but this is going to be good for us to just kind of connect and get together. So looking forward to sharing that today. Let's see if I did it right. So my presentation is a new source. So I am going to, yes, present this to y'all. So right now I am just going to put this here, and then I am looking to see what screen do I want most. So, and this is just the stuff that I'm doing ahead of time. I probably don't need to do this live, but it's all relative. So I will leave this camera up, and I will allow for people to join us on here as well. And I'm about to get ready and start the room in Twitter. So I'm in this stream, but know that we're coming back, and well, there's no need to end the stream. I'm just going to keep this going. And I am Yaeunda Williams. So we'll get started momentarily, 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, just streaming this. Getting ready to start the room in Twitter because I wanted to kind of teach some of this. I know we talk about it, but talking is very important to the mindset, but also showing is even equally important. So I really do appreciate this. Hey there, Chris Jackson, what's going on? My DJ. He's my DJ. That's what I call him. So a straight up hype man. So glad to have them on the team. We are the Iron Sharpening Iron. We talk about the Genius Room. So you're going to be hearing this pretty shortly. Again, thank you all for coming. I'm going to invite guests to come on stage as well. So I'm going to put this invite out. And so, yep, I am going to invite guests up here. So I'm going to type this in the chats. And if you want to join me, I think this went out on YouTube, on Twitch. The link is there. I'm still learning all of the technical pieces to having like a streaming podcast and stuff like that. So this is good. So up there, you'll see at the top, there's a link to join me, the host on stage. You just click that link and you're invited. So that'll be fun to have you all here on stage, and I can bring you on camera and you can talk through whatever it is you want to talk through.
Digital estate agent, will be responsible for essentially guiding people through the metaverse, right? We are the Tropyverse. We have a metaverse that we're currently building, and we really utilize the digital estate agents as a means to kind of, onboard people into, what would be the metaverse. So what in a couple of moments I'll be posting it. So if any of those that would be interested in becoming a digital estate agent, we do provide the training. We do provide all the resources necessary to be successful. So, looking forward to hearing from anyone and, having a conversation with those that be interested in becoming a digital estate agent. So just look for it in a couple of moments on the pinned tweets. And yeah, I'm looking forward to speaking with you.
Thank you, Hector. Thank you, Hector. So I wanted to entertain any other questions before we continue to just unpack this. And I am streaming live, so you'll see the Tropyverse website is on your Jumbotron. At least it should be now. So you bring your business into Tropyverse, and it's really, really beautiful. And it was built by the community. So it's one thing to build an idea in mind. It's another thing to build with the community in mind for sustainability. And I just really appreciate all the feedback and love that each one of you provide to the Tropyverse team. So just continuing to go through, and now I'm going to change up the video just a tad bit. But again, I'm showing the Tropyverse video, and I'll continue to go in and out and share the website with you all today as we talk through these jobs. So some key points I wanted to talk through today was like your personal brand for hire. And so when we look at your personal brand for hire, today it requires us to have a new skill set in order to compete in the digital world. So, as a coach and mentor and a business partner with full consulting experiences, we want to build out technology for tomorrow's businesses. So, inside of this Twitter space, is some of the members of our Circle of Trust network. And when you're looking at our Circle of Trust network, there's people in here, and as we continue to docs with each other, as we continue to register with each other, we feel like the onboarding process and the standardization of the metaverses is something that we can build together and not by ourselves. So that's who we are. That's what we've been here every single day since March 2022. We've converged on this space, and been doing we've been doing recorded spaces every single day, Monday through Friday. So if you want to take a step back and look at kind of the history that we charted, all that information is there for you. So can you imagine just continuing to build the future on limited knowledge? Well, that's what we did, and so we made it through a year. So there's tons of content out there for you all. Just go listen to some of the previously recorded spaces. So we're talking about your skill sets. So I'm gonna go on mute for a moment because there's some skill sets that each one of you, the speakers, have. And I want to take a few minutes and talk about your superpowers and your skills a little bit. So let's start with our co-host, and then we'll talk to our speakers. Co-host, tell us about your superpowers.
Yeah, absolutely. I like to, my background comes from, I used to work for a nonprofit, right? So I used to help people purchase homes. So I've always been very, into just helping people achieve their financial goals. Um, so I got into Web3 space because I looked at it as an opportunity to kind of, learn something, but also help everyone, right? Personally, I think Web3 is the biggest opportunity that we would likely see in our lifetimes as a means to kind of just, educate people, also learn what the future is going to be like. So I'm a huge believer in Web3. So for me, I just like to be in the midst of things, right? Just to kind of grow with the space, try to contribute with whatever I can. I think Web3 is an opportunity for most people to kind of just bring whatever they can to the table. A lot of what we're learning from Web3 is that it's a new space, right? So a lot of the skills that we're going to be bringing is going to be a wide array of things. So for me personally, I love to learn. I love to grow with the space. I became a part of the project just being here in these Twitter spaces, right? Just being here, having a conversation with people, having a conversation with those that were like-minded, that wanted to kind of look at the future and see what this, Web3 space could bring as far as an opportunity. So, I've always been very grateful to kind of just be in the room with like-minded folks that see what the future is. So for me personally, it's a great pleasure to just be here having a conversation and also just growing with the space, right? Because for us, we're early adopters. We're here from the very beginning, and we have a chance to kind of mold and shape what the space is going to look like. So it's always a great opportunity to kind of just be here and learn from everyone and see what we can all bring to the table.
I appreciate that. And Alex, how about your superpowers? What do you do?
Heck yeah. I guess to summarize, I'm a CEO, and I didn't know what that was going to mean starting out. I didn't know how that role was going to be starting out. But I've always sort of been a jack of all trades, and I'm used to learning stuff really quickly, trying to master as many things as possible. And I understand that you can't do that. You can't quite master everything. Starting up and doing it all over again. And now being able to apply that experience running a company, there's so many things that I've done that really latched on to I guess the skill required to run a main position in a company. And I'm just really happy to be here, as far as I'm finally in a seat where everything makes sense and everything kind of aligns with all the work that I've put in my past. It's I didn't think being a chimney sweep would point toward anything. I didn't think being a security officer leading a team at a massive food warehouse would point toward anything. But now it's all these different skills that I mastered over my lifetime actually make sense to me. So yeah, it's just a beautiful thing to finally see it come full circle and be working as a developer on the Tropyverse. And very happy to be here.
Oh, that's excellent. And again, those are those superpowers. And we're just going to continue to go around and talk with the skill set of our speakers as well, because it's important to be able to have your 2-minute elevator pitch and speech ready so that you can talk about the value that you bring to any project. So I really appreciate that. So we're going to go to Jesus, and then we're going to head over to Chris.
Appreciate it. So quickly to summarize, I am a founder. I merge Web3 technology with actual business infrastructure, and actually building the infrastructure is one of my superpowers. For example, in the real world, I'm building a network of digital twin MMA agents that have incorporated Web3 technology within the actual business structure of the business, utilizing both fungible and non-fungible assets.
Excellent, excellent. So when I say the trust network, it's more than me, y'all. That's the point I'm trying to get. Go ahead, Chris. Go ahead, Chris. All right, Chase, then Emergent.
I don't have a lot. Okay, go ahead.
I just want to know, why wouldn't they have a system set up in the MetaMask and stuff for challenges? Because I realized that somebody robbed me really quickly, within 10 minutes. And there was no way just to put a small challenge out there, because, I seen where the money went. It was just sitting there. There should be a way to do regular commerce. I mean, your banks challenge stuff, everything challenges stuff, but then we get in this space here and they haven't got that basic fundamental implemented. And here I am just getting caught blindsided. And there's got to be a better way than to let new people come in and get blindsided.
Absolutely. And like anything emergent, and if I can't stress enough security and you staying safe as an investor, like come and when I say investor, whether you're an enthusiast, whether you are certified, whether whatever you title yourself as, there is levels, there's research you should do ahead of time before entering in by yourself. And that's my number one rule as a coach. Don't go into the metaverse by yourself. I always tell folks that, and that includes because that includes how you're going to experience the metaverse. One, but two, I then take it a step further and I say, don't even like if you're going to set up a wallet, there's education. So you got to sit down with, like, I know MetaMask has tons of videos, right? On when you're setting up because they understand how important the seed phrase is. They understand that sometimes people don't give their full and undivided attention to when they're setting up their wallet. So they really try to plead with you all at the beginning of a video by saying, before you even set anything up, watch this video. Watch this video. And we're going to highlight some key areas to pay attention to. Caution, caution, caution. And some of us don't even see the video. So that would be the first thing. And emergent, I know this only because as a coach, I'm saying to people, please listen to me. Listen, I'm worth it literally for somebody to keep you safe. It's worth taking a coach, somebody in there that can help you navigate so that you don't get rug pulled. I mean, that's it. So there was all kinds of warning signs prior to all warning signs, and just, I'm sorry, my friend, you ain't even see them warning signs. No, because maybe you didn't know what you was looking at.
And then that's where I remember seeing it flash. I don't remember what side I was on when I accepted them cookies, and then there I was.
And that's how as fast as it goes. Go ahead, Alex.
Yeah, you were speaking before about being, I guess, sort of like an immersive tour guide, showing people around like what the metaverse is, the whole concept. Over the weekend, I've heard some funny things where people came out and they were asking us if we worked for Zuckerberg, and I was like, that's not the metaverse thing. Like, I understand the confusion there, but it's a whole different concept. Like, there's a massive metaverse group that's like, multiple different organizations that are spanning all the way overseas and back. Meta's just a small little corner in that. But anyways, having someone to give a tour of those different spaces is really important, because I've talked to a lot of people that have gone into one specific metaverse, maybe like Decentraland or Spatial, and they take that at face value that the entire metaverse is that concept. And then they don't see the depth in all these other places. They don't even see what we're building behind the scenes. And when we start showing them some of the stuff, I mean, they're just like mind blown. They had no idea, they didn't expect it. And we don't want people to get turned off from the experience by seeing somebody who didn't put the work in and then coming to us and assuming that's what we have as well. Like, it's a whole different ballgame. So it's really important that you have someone to guide you through those places and show you what the technology is and what it's capable of. Specifically with immersive tours, it's really, really important to have that so you don't have a bad experience the first time.
Absolutely, absolutely. And so that is what we do. We are immersive tour guides because that's so important. As a coach, don't go there alone, because there's many levels to when you get inside. What do you do when you're inside? What's next? And so a lot of people are like, okay, where do I go? How do I walk around? How do I wave my hands? How do I pick something up? Like, there's levels to, even when you're immersing. Are you immersing from your PC? Are you immersing from your phone? Or are you immersing from your VR headset, your virtual reality headset? And even then, every headset isn't created equal. So again, I can't stress enough the importance of understanding that that is a real job. A metaverse tour guide is a real job, and it's one that it helps people who are thinking about getting into the metaverse. at least getting there safely with somebody taking them in, holding them by the hand and saying, let me show you this really quick. Let me show you what the capabilities are really quick. And then you can start to look at it from an aspect of, I can see me hosting metaverse mingles. That's like my dating stuff in my marketplace, right? And not dating as much as it is about how we socialize and interact with the digital economy. So don't start me on that, but metaverse mingles is coming soon to Tropyverse. Go ahead, Alex.
Yeah, off that same point, yeah, I've always put that out there. If somebody's interested in checking out some of these spaces, or you want like a couple of links to check out, that's always like a free service to anybody in the community. So just feel free to hit us up. We can always get you a couple of links to check out. We can get you a couple of metaverses to experience, and at least get you like a proper introduction to what the space is about and what the technology can do. That was like one of the things we put out there, like really early, starting to work with Tropyverse. And honestly, like Jalen stepped in and was willing to put that time in to say, yeah, show me around. What can we do? How far can we push with these boundaries? And that's part of what's built the project into like such an amazing thing. So I just wanted to put that out there. If anyone has any questions, always feel free to hit me up.
I appreciate that. Go ahead, Emergent.
Oh, I was just thinking it'd be a good opportunity for you to put up a tutorial video on a little bit of this, especially just setting up a fresh account and stuff, and maybe making some notes on what to watch out for, like, prompts to order. I mean, to insert your C phrase and all that stuff. I mean, I know now.
And yes, sir, absolutely. I have in the past, as the founder of Digital Agents, I did a whole immersive kind of onboarding for all the agents, and wallet security was one of the first things that I talked through, because as a digital agent, that's how we take care of you. You have your agent code, you also have your sales code, you also have a recruiter code. So we've took our time, we built out that dashboard in that marketplace for our digital agents to be able to come and to really see this as a thriving opportunity. And so, because we sell physical real estate, we also sell that digital real estate, right? So, how it ties together? Yeah. So, we got like, this is really good that we're holding this conversation. So, I'll dust off the cobwebs off of that wallet security, and I'll repost that so that we have some additional guides, because like anything, when it was created, it was what was out there then. Now technology is continuing to evolve, and a lot of regulations and compliance stuff is coming out. So yeah, our really real standardization stuff is coming out. So that's really important. So I like what we're talking about, Emergent. Good. Anything from the speakers you wanted to add? Astro, my friend, how are you today?
Hey, what's up, Ye? I'm doing all right. And this is actually one of the spaces I came to just think on the spot. Like, as soon as I joined, I realized this is the type of space where I join and I hit request. Like, I don't even know what you guys are talking about. But I know it's a conversation I want to be engaged in. Typically, when I join other spaces, I'm in as a listener. I'm gauging the mood, the temperament, trying to understand what the topic is, and if I have a contribution to make, I jump up. But I realized I joined this space and I hit request too fast. I got you guys talking about Metaverse tour guides. I'm actually a tour guide myself. We have our own Metaverse experiences where we further extend our game lore as our game is, being built, which takes a lot of time and resources. And I give people tours. I never knew it's a job, but then as I thought that, got to your statement, I wondered, what is a real and a fake job? And if it's currently not, quote unquote, a real job, that is the opportunity to pioneer. We have to be looking at this whole space as what it is: early, innovative, new. Some things are going to work, some things are not going to work. And if you're not thinking about being a pioneer from an entrepreneurial standpoint, from having stake, from finding your niche. You know, it's not about giving 1,000 people to it. It's about just 100 people or 1,000, you know, as that article goes, 1,000 true fans joining you to give that to her. I think that is just something interesting. Those are the thoughts I've had so far. Yeah, I hand it back to you.
And that's, brother, that was so impactful. Again, what he just said, Astro, I don't even really need to water that down. And really, that was my enter into the space. I am known as the Waterdown Queen, and part of the Waterdown Queen is I'm a non-techie tech, you all. And when I say non-techie tech, I just interpret, I can speak tech. And to me, there's a beauty in what all of the technology experts and geniuses build out there. And so I love to engage with what you all build from a consumer mindset. So I take what you all build and I make it palatable and put it in plain language for the average consumer to understand what you're building and how they can engage with it. So what you just said from a metaverse tour guide, that's a thing. Because when you're doing, like, you're taking investors around, so you have to be in a pioneer mindset. And again, it starts with that mindset and understanding your personal brand. So I have this slide up there, understanding your conscious and intentional effort to create and influence public perception of you, an individual, of you as a brand, as you for a company. So how do you position yourself as the authority in that industry? Astro, you just talked about niching and stuff. So you have to elevate your credibility. And then you have to differentiate yourself from the competition in order to ultimately advance your career, widen your scope or your net of influence, and so you can have larger impact and appeal. So I'm talking to you all as personal brands, as individual contributors, but also maybe even founders. You have to have a plan in place for your personal brand. And what does it say about you and your personal brand? Go ahead, Emergent.
I was just wondering if you had any particular representative in the House or the Senate or anything like that are immersed in engaging in this in these platforms that are coming out, you know, because it is all about regulation and stuff. It'd be interesting to see where they're at on the topic, if you know of anybody.
So I do know of some different political introductions to the digital currency and things like that. What I can tell you is that, what you need? What? No, 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 not right now. He's sleeping. Just, I'll get it for you. Okay, promise. So I'm sorry, I'm talking so it's so important to understand that in this digital economy, that there's a lot of different eyes based on, you know, where you are in the world, right? And so some countries have already started to adopt standardization or regulation in those countries. So not just the US, but globally. So I would tell you that the digital world is not going away. And that's why I come on every single Monday and I highlight jobs and I highlight Web3 opportunities and metaverse, because what you do in real life, what you do physically in real life, you can really assess if there is a opportunity in Web3 for you to leverage your skill set there. Go ahead, Emergent. So
I didn't mean to push the button. Excuse me.
okay, no worries, no worries. And so I just talked through the personal brand slide, and I'm just going to go to slide number 4 because there are, you know, 4 different advantages for a strong personal brand. And those advantages are creating connections. And that's why inside of here, creating these connections, unmute your mic. You're looking for a job? Come up, tell us what your superpowers are. If you don't want to unmute your mic and speak, go ahead and put it in the comment section. As a matter of fact, I haven't even asked anybody to retweet the room because we get in here and we just get to talking. So again, I'm going to ask y'all to retweet the room. in the bottom right hand corner in that blue bubble. Just send out and let people know where you are. But then I'm going to continue to talk to you about connecting with each person that's in this space, right? And not just connect, but go into their pin tweets and retweet that pin tweet, because later on there's conversations that can continue to be had with each one of you as you go through and build relationships. So there's the 4 tips are you controlling your narrative, 3, demonstrating your abilities, and then 4, growing your reach. So again, you all are here on Twitter Spaces. We're listening to each other. I feel like this is the genius room because there's no accident that you're here in this room, right? And so here's some 4 advantages to your strong personal brand. As you get out here and you're looking for AI, Web3, and Metaverse opportunities, just know that you may be holding on to a thought, an idea that will become a mainstream opportunity for you. Any thoughts on that before I continue on? Just and dropping that. Go ahead, Emergent.
So I reset my computer, so I'm starting from scratch with this thing, and I don't know any kind of tips or anything to help me establish a more secure network here would be appreciated. You more than welcome to DM me if you have any links or something I need to study as I set this thing up again.
Absolutely, brother. And I do look at security. I think Jesus has something for you. Go ahead, Jesus.
Appreciate it. So there's a couple of things. One, depending on like if you're going to be doing minting of regular digital fungible tokens, you want to have a burner laptop where you actually use those mints from and have a burner wallet in that laptop. That way, your actual wallet that you use for actually holding, whether it's your tokens or your non-fungible tokens, regardless, those don't become at risk. So that's the first thing. You want to have like a burner wallet where, like, if it's a new project or it's something that you don't know much about, you want to use that burner wallet. And it would be advisable or recommended for you to have a burner phone as well for those same features. Where it's like if you're gonna be utilizing a burner wallet on your phone, you don't want to have the burner wallet on the same device where you have your regular wallet on. But if you can afford to get a cold storage device like a